Now, as we mentioned a moment ago, students sadly are trained for situations like this, and some of that training was on display in a video that showed us the intensity, I think you'd say, of the moment.
Yeah, it really was. And Paula Tutman gives us an inside look at the active shooter training and a safety measure that many schools do not implement.
Since Columbine, even communities that say
you never think it's going to happen here
prepare for it to happen here. At Oxford High School yesterday, experts who've watched video from inside panicked classrooms say it is clear many of the students were specifically trained in active shooter protocols. Chief Mark Gordon, the police chief for Oakland University, does active trainer shooting called Run, Hide, Fight.
We know training works from previous shooting incidents that have occurred, that when you train to a specific goal, it is recalled quicker. You cannot make up preparedness. You cannot make up a response, an appropriate response during an emergency. You have to have training, and there has to be a memory of what you're supposed to do.
There are different kinds of training. You often hear of ALICE training, which is an acronym for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, Evacuate. Last night, our Devin Skillion talked to the CEO of ALICE training.
What we try and educate and train on is how to survive and bridge that gap between the first shot and when help arrives.
But while schools put on active shooter training and lock doors and institute buzz-ins as safety protocols for daily school life, many superintendents I spoke to today say that the often talked about metal detectors at the front doors, well, that conversation is usually a non-starter. And even Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard says he doesn't believe metal detectors work, even though you can often find them in urban, inner-city public school settings, along with other safety protocols.
Most schools in America don't have metal detectors, and most schools in America will never face a tragedy like this. And there's a trade-off, in terms of the environment and the feel and the nature of that.
The question is, what is the tipping point where that might change outside urban settings? Because what many superintendents have told me off camera is that community pushback in many rural and suburban school districts is severe for the idea of metal detectors because of a mindset, often more so than just the money set back.
It is a mindset. It's very, very much a mindset. So I think a mindset should be first, and the budget to support it should be second, but it doesn't always occur that way.
So I've been talking to a lot of educators and experts about this, and basically they all agree that if you don't get complete community buy-in for metal detectors for whatever reason, it will become less of a money thing and more of a never gonna happen thing. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Okay, Paula, thank you.